chosen ones, empaths, and all the genuine souls. This is a fucking addiction that they have. All right, this is like a form of addiction. All right, they're looking at the grade A supply. They're looking through the digital portal, social media and stuff. They've probably got trinkets of yours, some belongings, some sort of memories of you, even in their mind. But they have things that trigger these memories or make them feel close to you. They often hold on to belongings, and they're just so tempted to open up that grade A supply bottle and endeavor back into that life. That's what they want to do, but they know that you see them a different way now. It's not easy for them to just waltz in your life. So many of you have ascended and developed, you're healing, you're doing well. Some of you are still at the start of your journey, of course, and the new viewers, of course, right? But many of you are further along in your journey now, and the narcissist is fully aware that they can't just get back into your life that easy. All right, and what you've proven to be is the benchmark, is the point of reference for everyone they encounter in their lives, and no one amounts to the level of decency that you offered. And the thing about this is, right, some of you around them and you wasn't comprehending that you was a decent, authentic soul. This is the thing. Many of you didn't realize you're an empath, didn't realize you're a chosen one, didn't realize you're an intuitive being of light. You didn't realize this about yourself when you was around these narcissists, these romantic relationships, these friends, these colleagues, these associates. And now you find yourself kind of without people, all right? You're away from it. And you don't realize that at the time you had this company you were keeping because you was asleep. That's why they was around you. So these narcissists from your past, toxic individuals, sociopaths, psychopaths, whatever, all these dusty weirdo cretins, right, are like so tempted to just crack open that bottle of grade A supply and indulge in it. But they just don't know how. Okay? So they're the one looking at the shelf now, right? You know what they put on the shelf? They put you the memory of you, like, oh, here is the chosen ones, or the empath, or the genuine souls. I don't know, nail clippings, or fucking, you know, I've heard of some strange stuff in people's sessions, like when narcissists are asking for like blood and things like this, right? So like I'm telling you, narcissists keep trinkets, right? It could be a belonging, could just be a hoodie, could just be some clothes, but also they probably keep some bizarre stuff of yours as well, right? And it's them looking at their shelf, and they've got plenty of supplies on the shelf, right? They probably with their primary supply at the moment, and yet they can't shake this memory of you and this feeling of you. So they hold firm to the memory to make them withstand the pressures of the day. I know it's hard for you to wrap your head around this, but this is a soul. When you break down what a narcissist is, or sociopath, or psychopath, or any toxic individual, the essence of them is supply. They need supply. You hold the power. I know they try to like ghost you or abandon you or discard you or do these things to try and make you feel like you're the one losing, but they're the one who needs you to survive and function in the world. And that's something you've really got to wrap your head around. They need someone of your capabilities and your potential under their thumb in their life. And the thing is, a lot of you were discarded, ghosted, or abandoned because the narcissist couldn't keep you under their thumb. Okay? They couldn't keep you under their thumb. Like, you had resilience. And you was asleep then as well. So you got to give yourself credit. You was asleep, but you knew something was a bit off. I know many of you would have felt disturbed in your spirit when you think back. Unsettling. Okay? You didn't feel truly at peace in those relationships. And of course, I'm just talking about the initial beginning times. Of course, it gets toxic, but you didn't ever feel truly liberated and, you know, one with yourself, complete. You never felt that before. And that's something you're walking towards now. You're walking the path of now, or you're already there. All right. So they're never going to be able to do that by themselves. So if they're reliant upon someone else's, which is what I'm getting at, they're reliant upon an external force for their own well-being. They're reliant upon an external force for their own well-being, right? And that's why they're always going to have the memory of you, because everyone's going to come up short. Every single person they encounter will come up short. This is not egotistical. This is not narcissistic. It's knowing your worth. That's what the love I try to spread on the channel is, so you know your worth. All right? People who, you might not know your worth and you struggle with that, and you can have self-esteem issues and things like that. But I'm saying people who don't know their worth, people who are, I'm not saying you're perfect, but people who don't, how can I put this? Look, some of you don't know your worth yet, right? But you know you're different, and that's what I want you to focus in on. All right, this channel's not made for people. I'm not saying you're perfect. You may have made mistakes, plenty of mistakes. We're all a work in progress, right? That's what our chosen one is, right? Empath and genuine soul, work in progress. And don't doubt it, you know. Don't doubt it. So just because, like, basically what I'm trying to say is people that are not authentic or true or transparent, or they're not going to resonate with what I'm talking about on the channel. Okay, and I'm not saying you're perfect. I have to emphasize that I'm not saying you're perfect. Okay, so all I'm saying is they're there clinging on, holding on desperately to these memories, fond memories. Now your absence is now triggering fondness within the narcissist. Your absence, that's how you communicate to a narcissist. You don't need a what are they called? What are they called? You don't need like a fortune teller or something like that to communicate to the narcissist, right? You don't need to pray to God to communicate. All you need to do is just go in your own way. Just go in your own way. And your silence is the thing where their absence makes them realize and grow a fondness for you. So much so they're getting sick now. Okay? Remember, they're exerting a lot of energy in these relationships they're in now, in their workplace, in their friends, in their minions, their flying monkeys, their romantic relationships, whatever. They're exerting a lot of energy, and they're not getting any benefit back from it. Okay? They're putting in a lot of effort, a lot of energy, and they're not getting anything back from that. All right? That is really, you know, a stark reminder for them how little they had to actually do to extract copious amounts of supply from yourself, right? You know, a lot. That's what I mean. That's how they could get so much from you so easily. All right, so they are getting sick, they are dying out, right? And they're holding on to this memory of you. This lack of supply is clearly apparent now in those that they surround themselves with, right? They're surrounding themselves with people, and these people are expendable. That's how they view it now. They view these individuals that they're around, these minions, these flying monkeys, new suppliers, whatever, right? They view them as expendable, and they see you as the idolized one. Do they ever let you know this? Probably not. But they give indicators. The weird hoovers, the crank calls, the weird fake profiles. All of this indicates that the narcissist is in a diabolical situation where they've completely fucked up their life, and now they don't know how to communicate to get themselves out of this position, right? They've dug their grave. Let them lay in it. All right, let them lay in it. They wanted this life. That is the path that they chose. Okay, no longer is this person your priority. No longer is this person someone that you need to care for and protect or look after. Or obviously it gets more complicated when your child's a narcissist or your parents a narcissist or whatever. It gets more difficult because some people have had narcissistic parents that they have to care for in an elderly age that I've spoken to and things like that. So it gets more complicated. But all I'm saying is, really, you need to save yourself. Okay, don't put yourself through the painful process. Just know everything that you've done, everything that you did is finally reciprocated, but they don't make you aware that they've reciprocated what you've done. It's reciprocated in a weird way with the narcissists, some weird type of reciprocation where it's so delayed. You know, reciprocation is meant to be an instantaneous thing, like, oh, I reciprocate what you're saying, oh, I get that. Or if you don't, you start chopping up with a person and try to break it down. They take on board things a long time after. Things that you were talking about way back when hit home further down the line. They're delusional. They're going through life, indulging with new supplies, screwing people over. They don't realize when something's staring them straight in the face as their blessing. But they can feel once the effect of causing you pain wears off, it subsides. Okay? They can't keep wanting to screw you over, right? They keep wanting to cause you pain. That's sometimes they cling to that because that's the only thing they can do. But it's not where they actually want to be. They're trying to ruin your life, and they're trying to hurt your feelings, and they're trying to cause you pain, even through reverse hoovers when they're silent. They're doing this because they're not getting their own way with you, and you're not playing according to their game. You're not doing things that they wanted you to do. So now leave them with the memories, leave them fiending, leave them craving for your supply, okay? And just leave them in that mess that they created. They've dug their grave. Let them lay in it. Don't be Captain Save-A-Hole, and don't be Captain Save-A-Hole for anybody else in life, right? In romantic relationships. Don't be a savior empath in other relationships. You know, just don't. You know, don't start trying to save people, okay? If you're doing something where you're helping someone who you know is decent, that's why I said in the earlier segment, I'm reaching out to people who I know who are on a level, right? And I get narcissists commenting, and I get other things like that, right? It's just what it is. But I'm trying to just get you in a moment, even if, you know, I catch you in a brief moment where you can try and learn from experiences I've learned from other people, from my own experience and whatnot. So anyway, thank you so much for listening today. I really appreciate the support. Please book a session if you'd like to. If you'd like to donate or support to the channel, you can. I am available 24 hours across all time zones. Check out the spiritual channel for more content, and if you'd like to look into the Zion music channel, I've just released a debut EP based on these topics and themes. So anyway, I'll be back with another video soon. Peace.